Okay, so this tutorial is going to show you how to place a part in a drawing page and then how to properly dimension that drawing. So what you need to do is you need to find the part that you would like to place into the page, and you're going to go to Insert View. Typically, if you open up a new drawing page, what will happen is you need to select your custom drawing page, and then it's either under Opened by Me or Created by Me. So there's my custom drawing page. Mr. J custom drawing page. Select that page. When you open a new page, you actually will be taken immediately to the insert view. This is lagging a little bit, so here comes a new drawing page, and then you'll go to insert view. Okay, so I'm going to insert in the view that I'm going to insert. I'm going to insert my I'm going to do my blue part just so I can show you guys how to rotate the part around and move the part. All right, so here's my blue part. And if I do my front view of my blue part, notice that it gives me this is the front view. And that's not necessarily the best view for my blue part. But let's just go ahead and move things around. So if I go up from my front view, I'll get my top view. And then if I click on this and I go over from my front view, I'll get my right side view. And you notice that this doesn't show the most contours, so I need to do some editing. So I'll hit escape to get out of the placement. And all I need to do is I'll need to find a better front view for my part. So let's go ahead and go over to my parts and take a look at what would be a better front view for my blue part. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my red part and turn on my blue part. And right now, as I'm looking at it, it's looking like for this blue part, if I look at it from the top view, it's decent. If I look at it from the right side view, it's a little bit better. I'm gonna want to rotate this direction, and that's actually going to give me the most contours for my shape. So I want to be looking at the right side view. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this part, or I'm sorry, hide that screen share. I'm going to go over to my drawing page, which would be my drawing 2. I'm going to change this to the right side view. So I'll go to View Orientation, and I'll change it to right side view. And what's going to happen is it's going to change all of the parts around to match this view. Now, this is still not the best view, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this view. I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to double click actually, and notice that I need to do the rotate angle. Now, rotate angle can't be selected right now because I have my other views placed. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these other 2 views. I'm going to double click on it again, and now I'm able to rotate my angle. So I'm going to rotate it let's flip it, excuse me. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to see what that does. And it puts it in the correct orientation. So once I've rotated it to the correct orientation, I'm going to go ahead and click check mark, and then I'm going to go to this tab that says projected view. So I'll click on projected view, and I'll click on my front view, then go up, and then I'll click on my front view again, and then go over to the right side view. So now I have all, and then one more for the isometric, and then I have all my views placed in the correct orientation. So then I can go ahead and press escape to get out of that. And I need to change this so that it has shaded view. So I'm going to go over here and click on show hide. I'm going to do show shaded view. So then I'm going to show the shaded view. And what that does is it allows this to be in color. Now you can change the scale of your isometric view, but you want to try to keep these 1:1 for this particular assignment so that you have room to do your dimensioning. Now it's time to dimension. Again, you can use your shortcut D, or you can go to the dimensioning icon right there. And remember that we want to stay away from dimensioning outside, and these are called I call these the no dimension zone, the margins. We want to dimension between adjacent views. And you need to add all the dimensions appropriate for the particular part. So I'll go to this corner and this corner because I know I want to dimension this. You want to try to dimension on the front view as much as possible, but you do want to avoid getting your dimensions all jumbled up. So I'm going to dimension this one. Notice that the extension lines don't touch. Okay. If I have this 0.75 and I have this 1.50, I don't need to dimension this empty space. So we want to try to stay away from dimensioning empty space. So again, I'll have this 0.75. I could add this dimension here, but we have these extension lines crossing. So if at all possible, we want to avoid making it so that somebody who's looking at your drawing page won't understand what you're actually trying to dimension. So I can actually add this one on this view. Add this one here. And I'm going to add this dimension here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this dimension here. Okay. So now this part is fully dimensioned, and I would add another page in order to continue dimensioning. Okay. Now, so let me just go ahead and dimension another part. So I'm going to go ahead and create another page. So before I do that, I want to make sure I rename this page. Rename. I'm going to call this the blue part. Blue part. Okay. Notice I also, this is not blue part, and this is also blue because it automatically updated the part. And then you have to make sure that your parts are there. If you have somebody check your dimensioning, make sure that they have the approved by and put their name there. Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and create another page, another drawing page. So create another drawing page. It's going to be the same type of drawing page because I opened it up already. And now I'm going to place my red part. And the reason why I'm doing this, notice that this page automatically pops up. I can go ahead and select red. I'm going to put my red part in, and I notice that the red part is already going to have the correct orientation. So I don't actually have to do any additional rotating or anything. I do need to make sure that everything is set properly and that this is in color. So I'm going to show hide. If your part has hidden lines, you want to show the hidden lines on your projections, not your isometric view. So show shaded view. Then I'm going to go ahead and dimension this part real quick so you can see how this is dimensioned. So go here, here. I'm going to go ahead and add this one. Notice again, the extension lines are not touching, so I'm actually doing this the right way. You can dimension this line by clicking on the line, or you can click on the corners. Either way, it works fine. I'm going to do this one by this line. And actually, I'm going to, because if your view doesn't have dimensions on it, you probably don't need it. But I want to make sure that we look at all the views. So I'm going to add this one here. And I'm going to add this one here. So there I have all the parts necessary to dimension, to create this part if I was a manufacturer. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your neighbors or search a YouTube video. There are people who are in your class that currently have all the parts dimensions, so feel free to ask them as well.